So as a small review from what we did before the break, we talked about solving equations. And the goal of solving an equation was to get the variable by itself. Variable, as we all know, is just a letter. It's the X, the Y, the Z, whatever letter you're solving for. So with solving equations, we got up to about question 8. So if I were to do question 9 with you guys, all question 9 is Lysandra rented shoes, bowled 3 games, and bought 1 order of nachos. She used a coupon for half off the price of her bowling games. What was Lysandra's total cost before tax was added? Meaning, with the before tax was added, what that means is you're not doing anything with percent. You're just finding out what the cost is before tax. So she rented shoes. So if you rent shoes, it's $2.75. She bowled 3 games. She rented shoes, bowled 3 games. Now, bowling 3 games is $2.50 each. So if she's bowling 3 games, we're multiplying times 3. $2.50 times 3 is $7.50. But when she bowled 3 games, she got half off the price of the bowling games. So if we just divide that by 2, we get $3.75. Make sense so far? Then on top of that, she ordered 1 order of nachos. Nachos is $1.75. So very simply, $2.75 plus $3.75 plus $1.75, and we get $8.25. So that's how we do that one. Now if we were to do number 14, okay, it says Kritika took a taxi to the airport. The taxi charged the initial fee of $6 plus $3 per mile. What was the total fare was $24 total, not including tip. How many miles did Kritika ride? So you need to ask yourself, what am I looking for? How many miles did she ride? So we're looking for the number of miles. So the initial fee was $6. So no matter what, she's paying $6 once she steps in that taxi. Then it's $3 per mile. And we're looking for the number of miles. So that's our variable, the miles. So it's plus $3 per mile. So you're going to multiply those. And her total fare was $24. So it equals 24. And if you remember our steps for solving an equation, we need to do the additive inverse. So do the opposite of that. So minus 6. What happens right there? They cancel out to 0. This comes down equals 18. All we do here, divide by the coefficient. This is the coefficient, the number in front of the variable, and we get m equals 6. So that's our answer. So this is a little bit of a different type of question. For number 11, a company ordered 10 boxes of lunch from a deli for $47.50. Each box lunch cost the same amount. Which equation represents the proportional relationship between y, the total cost of the box lunches, and x, the number of box lunches? So, you got to think to yourself, if x is the number of box lunches, would multiplying the x, the number of lunches, times this get us the y? No. Would multiplying this multiplying x, which was 10. This is your x. This is the y. So if we multiply this by 10, would we get y? Well, that one seems to work. That one doesn't. Now let's go down here. When you multiply here, and you have a proportion, you can cross multiply because you have two fractions set equal to each other. So if you multiplied here and here, you'd get 10x equals 7.45y. That doesn't really help you much, because if you divide that, you still have the two variables. So that doesn't help. And anyways, x is 10. So this would be 10 times 10, which would be 100. If over here you did this, you'd do 10x equals 74.5y. Now, knowing that x is your number of box lunches, this is 10 again. 100 equals 74.5y. Still not going to end up helping you. So that's why this one is our correct answer. A scientist, Mr. Montalvo, uses a submarine to study ocean life. He begins at sea level, which is an elevation of 0 feet. He travels straight down for 90 seconds at a speed of 3.5 feet per second. He then travels directly up for 30 seconds at a speed of 2.2 feet per second. After the 120-second period, how much time in seconds will it take Mr. Montalvo to travel back to sea level at a submarine's maximum speed of 4.8 feet per second? Round your answer to the nearest tenth of a second. So there's a lot of information, but in the grand scheme of things, not a bad question. So if he's starting at 0, which is sea level, so there's the top of the water. He starts at 0. He goes straight down for 90 seconds at 3.5 feet per second. So what should we do with those two numbers? Should we add them? Should we subtract them? Should we multiply them? Or should we divide them? So